Welcome back to Just Talking. We have a great guest for us today. We have Brandis Friedman, who's a journalist, reporter, anchor, host of Chicago Tonight. Brandis, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Jason.
Well, Brandis, take us back. What made you choose to become a journalist?
Oh boy, where do I start? I guess probably somewhere in high school is when I kind of came around to the idea. And I don't know if I think maybe I saw a movie where the journalist was doing cool investigative work. But then also, you know how like when you're trying to figure out what color your parachute is, and you take like those tests online, like where you ask some questions. Where you answer some questions and they make suggestions of the different kinds of fields you might consider. But I chose journalism because I never feel like I know enough about anything. And so I like journalism because I'm allowed to ask questions and learn about something and learn about something new every day and learn about a bunch of different things. And then I enjoy telling people, hey, look what I found out. But I also appreciate the role and the responsibility of journalism to serve as watchdogs for our government and for holding them accountable. And sometimes just sharing other people's stories and the human experience, which are the parts of journalism that I appreciate. And so somewhere in high school is when I figured out I think this is what I want to do. I appreciated telling stories visually, using the visual medium, and I've done some radio as well and have fun there too. So I majored in mass communications in college. Somewhere along the way, someone told me, you really ought to go to grad school. It seemed like a good idea at the time, so I did. But I appreciated that experience as well, and the experience that I got there. And here I am.
Well, let's talk about Chicago Tonight. An excellent show. For those who haven't seen it, or maybe you can give a little backstory, what is Chicago Tonight?
So Chicago Tonight is it's a news, public affairs, analysis. We cover the arts also, weekly or nightly show. So we are on Monday through Thursday from 7 to 8. And we're a little bit different from the commercial TV stations where, you've got a lot of reporters who are out in the field doing live shots, that kind of thing. We do a lot more sort of talk conversation segments with newsmakers. And I mean, maybe it is the mayor, maybe it is a panel of aldermen. Maybe it's lately, obviously, we've had a lot of infectious disease experts and doctors talking about all that's going on there. Or sometimes it's a book author or a musician. So it really, it runs the gamut, really. And on Friday nights, we have the Week in Review, which is my co-anchor, Paris Schutz. He hosts that one, which is a roundtable with 4 journalists from around the city, rounding up the big news of the week. And then on weekends, we just introduced back in September 2 new shows, Chicago Tonight, Latino Voices on Saturday at 6 and Black Voices on Sunday at 6, where the format is pretty much the same, but we spend more time, in these 2 communities, Latino and Black communities, telling stories either from those perspectives or that directly impact those 2 communities. And those shows are for everyone as well.
My favorite part is the spotlight on politics. Not is that informational, but you and your colleagues just can tell you just love your job or just love the topics that you're talking about, interested in. Do you work well together? Because I know right now with the pandemic, it's kind of separate, but how is it working with your other colleagues?
I do think we all work really well together. I mean, I will describe, and I know this sounds really cute, but I will describe the newsroom here as a family, so maybe there's a sister in the newsroom and maybe she gets on my nerves, but I still love her and I appreciate what she does. But like with Spotlight Politics, no, I'm really proud of the team that we have. I think Heather and Amanda and Paris, and we miss Carol. But all of them are really, top notch at what they do. I think they're the best political reporters in the city. And I don't say that just because I work with them. But we do work well together, and if there's, if one of us, hears something about something, I'll send Paris a quick email, hey, did you hear about this? Because, and so we trade information that way. If he gets, a tip about something education related, he'll let me know. And Amanda and Heather and I, all of us kind of work together collaboratively that way. And they know their stuff really well. And I think that's why viewers probably appreciate the analysis that they can give on Spotlight Politics. That's a popular segment.
Speaking of Paris, I think on social media they posted, which I was aware, but not quite, but that he was a great piano player. And I think the theme is credited as well. Is there a hidden talent that you have that we're not aware of?
I don't know. Well, like I'm jealous of Paris's talent in that he still gets to practice his, right? Like he still gets because he did compose our theme song. And he plays gigs, or he used to play gigs anyway, pre-pandemic, occasionally at, I don't remember the name of the bar, sorry, Paris, where he'd still play the piano. And I think the Trib did a story on him. I guess my hidden talent would probably be I was a dancer when I was growing up, and even like into adulthood, I kept dancing for a while. I don't really get to do that so much anymore. I spend a lot of my time working, and I've got 2 little kids, and they take up a lot of that time, obviously the extra time. But I guess that would be my secret talent if I had to show somebody.
Oh, very, very good. And I guess one question I got to ask you,
Mhm.
does Jeffrey Bear crack you up?
Does he crack me up? Yes.
Because he's involved in Chicago Tonight, correct? He's got his own shows, and he's very
Right.
adept in the community.
Yeah, Jeffrey, he wears a few hats here because he's a vice president of something. I forget what it is, of content or something, something important, but he's vice president of something. But then obviously he still has, like, he works with producers for like a lot of the broadcast productions. And during the pandemic, they produced and released Chicago from the Air, which was a new sort of pledge show that is streaming right now on our website, right? But in addition to that, he's our architecture man and our history man, right? So if there's an architecture story, then sometimes he can file that for us with the assistance of a producer, because he does have a lot of things to do. And then he does the Ask Jeffrey segments, which are typically Chicago history segments. So last night we did a rerun. Was it last night? Oh, wait, or is that tonight? I can't remember. I think it's tonight, but we're doing a rerun of the Chicago Brick Ask Jeffrey that he did, which is right? So you have to watch that. That's tease for you. But yes, he is hilarious. I remember when I first started working here, somehow I ended up having a conversation with Jeffrey Bear and Jay Shefsky, who's sort of semi-retired, in the hall. And I just remember thinking, these are 2 of the nicest guys. I'm glad that I work here with such nice people. You'll recall these 2, they're the ones that viewers sometimes get mixed up. Jay Shefsky.
Well, and I support tell the viewers to support WTTW Channel 11. They do excellent programming from top to bottom, because I know I support them. So
thank you so much.
And,
We appreciate your support. I don't have anything to share. Mine is there.
and it's like music to my ears. Let's hear where we can see Chicago Tonight on what platforms.
Yes, so a whole bunch of platforms. Obviously, you can get via podcast or the PBS video app. We stream live on Facebook, YouTube, and of course our website, WTTW.com. You can also sign up for our newsletter to get the news that we produce every day as well.
All right. Well, Brandis, we thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Again, WTTW Channel 11 and Chicago Tonight and all their programming is excellent. And Brandis, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Jason, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.